The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
I want to say this. We got a jersey raffle here tonight from the Course and Clubhouse. $5 a ticket, and it is a Captain Austin Matthews Leafs jersey. Ooh, we got an active crowd tonight. I like this. This is good. Draws at 9 o'clock. So you want to make sure once the show's done, nobody has to rush out right now, but draws at 9 o'clock, you'll be able to kind of hook that up.
Trample panic. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
By the way, the proceeds from that,
Why not? It's the opposite of what you should yell.
No one took it seriously.
Oh, that's true.
By the way, the reason that we're charging $5 for the raffle, all the proceeds will go to Easter Seals, which obviously we're big supporters of. Just hold on. Oh, I thought somebody booed Easter Seals. I was like, whoa, wait a second here. So, and also Steve's team, the Rachel's Raiders, is getting ready to be fired up again. And Steve's going to be harassing us to sign up our team pages and that sort of thing. So we hope that you'll help us. Easter Seals specifically, cause close to your heart.
Yes.
Something that really mattered to your family. And this is what, year 7 doing this?
This is my annual 6 to 8 weeks where I annoy you and beg for money. So please help us out. Since 2017. 2017 is when Ken Reed had me play terrible hockey for his team. And then 2018 was my first year as captain, where it's just herding cats. Adam, have you signed up for the team yet?
I have not.
You son of a gun!
I promised that I would, but I have not done that yet.
Jesse, have you?
I have not.
You son of a gun!
See?
How many times is your name on the Easter Seals Stanley Cup?
A lot.
Yeah, because you've been highest earner for 6 of those years. It's been really impressive what you've been doing.
Hey. No, it's
no need to be modest.
It's a very good feeling. We've raised.
You're gonna have to hold that microphone closer to your mouth.
There you go.
Over $500,000 for Easter Seals, and let me.
That's not us or him. That's you, by the way.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. So they're near and dear to my heart. So it's a charity that my family used when we were younger. Basically, there's a number of things that they do, but they have these summer camps that are very inclusionary, and they basically take families with kids who have special needs, and they give them experiences that they otherwise wouldn't be able to get. I've talked about it on the show before. I hate the beach. Friggin' hate the beach, because have you ever tried taking a wheelchair to the beach? It sucks. But they had this really cool waterfront experience that we went to the camp twice, and it's not just the kids. It's the siblings of the kids and the parents of the kids, and we all got to have a good time out of the house as a family of 4, which was a difficult thing to do outside of splitting a McDonald's pizza with Rachel and then going in the play place, which we did a lot. So it means a lot to me, and every year that you guys help out with it is very appreciated.
So buy a raffle ticket.
Yeah. All right. Now, listen, we're here to talk about some hockey. Do we want to talk about some Leafs? Are we into that? Are we
Why?
like that?
What happened?
Well, we got a PTO signing to announce today. We got some good response to that. That is Mr. 37-year-old James Reimer. And I say 37, and it sounds old, and then I'm like, I'm 37.
He's 3 days younger than me.
Wow.
Hurts
and
my heart.
you're about a month older than I am.
Yes.
So
5 weeks.
yeah.
No, a month and a day.
There you go.
Producer Drew had a theory about Reimer.
What's your theory?
Do we cheer, boo, Producer Drew?
Boo! We boo you because we love you. That's all. Drew, what's the theory?
He was saying that they should let him take 34 from Austin so that the Leafs can make a bunch of money selling new Matthews jerseys. That's what Drew would do if he ran the Leafs. So be thankful that he is not the boss at MLS.
I love Drew, ardent capitalist Drew here.
Right?
This guy
Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps.
This guy loves the Christmas Carol until the ghosts show up, and then he's like, ugh, and turns it off. What? Wanted the guy to show up to work. What's the problem?
Just show up.
Listen, they should close the orphanage. Who is it helping?
prisons, workhouses. Come on.
Drew, never stop, please.
Yeah.
You know what? It is interesting. I'm curious to know what number he's going to wear. Just because 43? Is it 43? Do we know?
There's already a 43 at camp. Yeah. I forget, but there was I think Hames had 43.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
That is Kadri's number in my head. That would mess with me.
At the first preseason game at home, there was a 43 and an 81, and it was giving flashbacks to the old guys in the press box.
Yeah.
They're like, Kadri, Kessel, and it was different guys.
Bad flashbacks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think it's, Steve did a video today. I'm not sure how many of you guys caught it, but it's interesting because this is a player.
One guy.
That was... one guy caught it. That's great. This is a player that was so much a part of your fandom during the super early dark years. And I know Mike over here is going to remember that very much well. That's Mike in Buffalo, everybody. Say hi to Mike. We've known Mike's been on the show. He's been around for years. And we've been friends with him for a long time. This is a player who was, when there were very few players that were extraordinarily likable on the Leafs, and the team was headed in the wrong direction. James Reimer was a guy that you could be like, this is a cuddly teddy bear, and he also happens to be pretty good.
I went back and looked at his first season as a Leaf. Jonas Gustafsson was on that team, had an .890 save percentage, back when save percentages were high. Jaguar had a 900, and I believe was below 500, like he had a losing record. Reimer had 22 wins in 37 games with a 921 save percentage. And you could hardly blame us for falling in love with him immediately. Oh my God, this goalie stops pucks. That's incredible. Got hurt by Brian Giunta, went downhill. Maybe it was a flash in the pan. And then I think he was rock solid for years.
Got them into the playoffs.
Dragged that 2013 team kicking and screaming. And when they traded him, dude, the 15-16 Leafs, who finished last, very on purpose, he had a 918 save percentage.
Wow.
With that stupid team.
That's incredible.
That godforsaken team.
And the guy they kept was Jonathan Bernier.
Yeah. And that trade was, I think it was like a third-round pick, Ben Smith, who ended up captaining the Marlies to the Calder Cup, which meant something. And Alex Stalock.
Oh,
there you go.
Alex Stalock, who they probably should have kept. They sent him home.
Turned out pretty good.
And I remember that was February 2016. So the Leafs had not even won the draft lottery that allowed them to pick Austin Matthews first overall. That's how long ago James Reimer was a Leaf.
Right.
Like, I thought there was some overlap. Like, he would have been, I imagine, in a camp with Marner. He would
Nylander for sure.
He would have been in a couple with Nylander. Nylander was on the ice with Phil Kessel.
It's kind of crazy to think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. But it is. I mean, I compared it to like in Castaway, and I felt like Helen Hunt, and I got the phone call that Tom Hanks is alive. Even though I'd already moved on, my old
You've married
love,
someone else.
He's back, and he's been talking to a volleyball this whole time, and he never forgot about me. And yeah, a lot of conflicting feelings, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think obviously, there is some pretty big ramifications here for the Toronto Maple Leafs. You're looking at Joseph Woll, who we all love, taking a personal leave of absence. And, obviously it's an issue that, nobody knows anything more about other than that. But for the Leafs to do this, it does signal that, this isn't like a week away, 2 weeks away. This is something that they're prepping, that this is going to have to potentially be longer.
It's a contingency, right? Like, we've talked about it many times in the show. What's Stoller's career high? Like, he's never hit 40
Yeah, like
games.
34 games or something, yeah.
Right, so you're a knee tweak or a groin tweak or whatever away from Dennis Hildeby being your starting goalie, which is fine for the Marlies. Not necessarily great for your NHL team. I mean... you can call it a good story or whatever.
You're going to have to hold that mic closer.
You can call it a good story or whatever. Gives you the warm and fuzzies nostalgia. But ultimately, this move, which I think is smart, is born from a negative, which is a really good goalie, and Joseph Woll's not with the team right now.
Jesse, you've been at training camp.
Yeah.
Jesse's a reporter now. We told you guys that? Jesse high fives Brad Treliving now.
I'm a podcaster. They give credentials to.
You and Brad Treliving have like a secret handshake now.
Totally,
you guys are buddies.
I fist bump him on my way in.
What have you had the chance to be at camp since this was announced? And from what you've seen, what was sort of the reaction with the dog pound, the people that chase all the players out of Toronto?
I was there the day it got announced, it was a very interesting day. There was a lot of unknowns that day, but as things have unfolded, it's become clear that it's an unknown to the Leafs how long this absence is going to last, and that's why they have to bring in, like you said, a contingency plan, because I don't know if Joseph Woll even knows how long he's going to have to be away from this team for his absence. But like the signing of Reimer, I don't know how many people out there are like Jays fans. Do you remember when they brought back Cito Gaston for like
yes,
his next trip as manager 20 years later?
Yes.
It sort of feels like that, but it doesn't, because there's nobody left in the regime from when Reimer was a Leaf, except for like maybe the equipment staff who's still around, or the players, or
Morgan Riley.
Yes.
But in
Morgan
terms
Riley.
of the front office is completely turned over, management's completely turned over, the ownership is completely turned over.
So he's just Guy.
It's not a reunion in the sense of like,
Cliff
hey,
Fletcher.
Cliff Fletcher's still there. You'll be there forever. We all know that. But it's not a reunion in the sense like, let's make the fans happy by bringing back the old guy. It's they truly felt that this was the best option in the goalie market for a PTO. And he's not on the team. Like, we don't know if he's going to eventually get a full contract. But this is the best option that they had out there. And there were a couple different options. They could have just picked up Connor Ingram, who cleared waivers. And they chose not to because they thought James Reimer is going to be a better fit with this organization. So I don't think it's like, hey, it's good to have Optimus Rhyme back, as a more so like James Reimer is the best option out there.
Yeah.
He was the only goalie with a winning record on the Buffalo Sabres.
Which is saying something, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, we got Sabres fans. We're quite close to quite close to KeyBank Arena, right?
Yeah,
it's not too far.
Do we have any Sabres fans here?
What is it? KeyBank Center, sorry.
KeyBank Center.
Yes, sorry.
Sorry?
Whatever. You spent 41 games there. That's so many games.
That's so many Sabres games. Oh, man.
That's too many Sabres games.
It's a lot of Sabres games. Is anybody, other than Mike, who is Mike in Buffalo, so he's always from, we know we were from Buffalo. Anybody else drive up from Buffalo today? Sometimes, we got one over there. All right.
Hey, cross-border
Buffalo
action.
proper or anywhere? Okay, Niagara Falls. Beautiful.
Is that a Ducks jersey?
That's the ugliest jersey in the league. They're right there.
No, that's the old logo. It's good.
Oh, it's the old one.
That's the old logo. I don't mind that as much. I want to run you guys through the lines, okay? So when I go through a line, this is from practice today. I want you to like woo or nay or nay. Is it nay? Is it boo? All right, so
nobody like the neighing.
Wait, no,
definitely nay.
Because this was an option. You forget this was an option last year.
Yeah, there's that too. The mid, yeah. All right, so
or nay.
Nyes, Matthews, Domi. We're good. Okay, it's supposed to be Domi's spot to lose on that line, so we're gonna see tomorrow night. I think he's gonna play. McMahon, Tavares, William Nylander.
Oh, mixed reviews.
What's with the mixed reviews? Is it the McMahon part?
Yeah.
Really?
You think?
What's the issue with the McMahon part?
Get Willie out of here.
Yeah.
This guy sucks. You brought your uncles. Yeah, sorry.
What's the McMahon problem? You guys think he's a third liner?
That should be, if Michelli doesn't bump out Domi, that should probably be his spot, right?
It feels like that.
So I'm curious to see why they decided to put Michelli on the third instead of left wing.
And Michelli was a left wing in Utah.
He's been a left wing his whole career. So
okay, interesting.
It's interesting, yeah.
So and what's fascinating is they're trying to make line 3 be the defense first line, and that has Dakota Joshua, who I will woo for, Nicholas Waugh, who I'm very excited about, and Matthias Michelli. Right now, how do we feel about that line? How are we feeling about that? Feeling good about that. Would we like that better with McMahon on it? Is that what you guys are telling me?
Oh, okay. There you go.
Can McMahon play the right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last one, and this is the one I think is going to do the best. Lawrence, Lawton, Easton Cowan. Oh, we got some people that watched the game last night, didn't you? Yeah, that was fun. Scott Lawton looked like NHL All-Star Scott Lawton, which he has never been. And what I loved after the game was Steven Lawrence talked about how much he hated Scott Lawton in junior. And they said to him, they're like, Steven, he's just such a fun, he's like a puppy dog. And they said, okay, so what didn't you like about him? He's like, it's just his stupid face. Like, he's like, he's got that sort of look on his face. And Scott does have a bit of a resting bitch face thing going on. He does.
Watch your
I'm
language,
sorry.
yeah.
We're in a bar.
Children here.
We're in a bar. Yeah. He's got that grumpy face, but apparently he's a really good guy.
It's not called the Course The Clubhouse.
You're right.
That took you a second.
What do we think about the fact that line 5 was Robertson, Kampf, and Yarncroke? Because that means
That's a pretty good line, eh? You're probably happy to be on that line.
That's the I'm getting traded right before the season starts line.
And Pizzetta's the extra, which we would expect. The interesting part with line 4 is Easton Cowan. Mm-hmm. And, you're seeing people like Jonas Siegel already start to say, he might make the team, like in his articles. When you guys think about this, okay, you're 19, 20 years old, whatever he is. Do you think this is a good idea? You're going to go put him on a 4th line for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I think there's arguments both ways. I'm curious to hear what you think.
When we were here a year ago, I was beating the drum for a chaos rookie.
Yeah.
I wanted either Fraser Minton or the name that I kept saying was Nikita Grabenkin. Mm-hmm. And I'm so sad. The Flyers keep posting him, and I'm like, it's rude. Actually, I wish you would stop. He's so good and so likable. I'm into a chaos rookie, Easton Cowan. He's looked good.
The player I feel most bad for out of that was what did we call it? Scratch line, waiver line?
Yeah.
Is Nick Robertson, right?
Okay.
He's been here for so long. He makes so little. He scored. He almost got to the 20 goal mark last year. Maybe if he got
15
a couple
goals
more
a year,
games,
basically. Yeah.
And now where there's an opportunity because Mitch Marner's gone, the roster's kind of turned over, and there's a spot on the wing there for you, and you lose it to a rookie who can easily go to the AHL and develop there. Like, it speaks volumes about where the Leafs think about him if he doesn't make this team.
What have I said for so long with Robertson? He can't play on the 4th line.
No.
And now you're losing your spot to a literal kid.
Yeah.
Because he kind of can. I don't love that long term, but he can do it. And your coach obviously doesn't think you can. Mm-hmm. He developed a little bit of it by the end of the season last year. He was kind of a jerk at times, but it's not enough. He'll get his chances. I think he's
Mike.
I think he's going to stay on the team. It's Steve. I think he's going to stay on the team, but I don't know if he's going to be in opening night.
Yeah, and like with Kampf and Yarncroke, I think it makes sense if they're not initially in these lineups in training camp because they're the best to trade. I think that's what you're going to get the most for, and those salaries going out, even though it's just a couple $1 million, you're at least freeing up some cap space there. With Nick, it's so little, and you think he's useful, and he still can't crack the team.
I have a question about David Kampf, and I'm curious because you're actually around him. Uh-huh. What's the vibe there? Because everything I've seen from him, like from their social, where they're asking, like, which way do you eat a sandwich and stuff like that. He just seems like a guy who's showed up and is politely waiting to get dealt.
Oh, yeah. That's the vibe you're getting?
Every time I see him, he's like, yep, still here. For now, though.
He does say that openly. He talks about that openly.
Yeah, for now. Like, we'll see. I don't know. Like, I see him on the power play.
Right.
For not the first time this preseason. I'm like, how come? Mm-hmm. If he gets sent to the Marlies, they will not put him on the power.
Do you remember when he played 3-on-3 overtime last year? He got into like one shot.
When he played 3-on-3?
You're asking me what I remember if I ate what I ate for breakfast.
But no, I haven't.
Because they used to have him take the opening faceoff, and you'd be like, no.
Yeah, remember they start with Kampf doing the faceoff, and then if he wins it, he can run to the bench. But if he loses it, he's stuck out there.
Then David Kampf's out there.
Yeah. And you lost it when it happened last year.
No, I have an issue with that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've always thought he's been useful, but if Easton Cowan's taking a spot, then you might as well move him.
This is the thing, okay? So these are Robertson, Kampf, and Yarncroke are NHL players, right? My question when I look at those three is you're losing 2. When camp happens, or when camp breaks, obviously a bunch of players go on waivers. And in years past, you could be reasonably sure that people were going to claim your guys because everybody was capped out, right? Everybody had spent all their money, whatever. Now, you've got a bunch of teams, especially like the bottom-dwelling teams, your San Jose's, your Chicago's. Pittsburgh's got a little bit of money. Places like that, you try to slip a Nick Robertson through that, he's gone. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, of the 3 of those guys, if you're willing to lose them that way, who are the 2 that you're willing to lose? Because I look at that and I go, wait, okay, so yeah, you lose Nick Robertson, you lose that goal support, but also he can't play a lot of different parts. For me, I'm going to want to hold on to Calle Jarnkrok. He can play any position. He has played up and down the lineup. There's a point with Sheldon Keefe where Calle Jarnkrok was the left winger on John Tavares' line with William Nylander.
Mm-hmm. There's guy who's most likely to be better now, and that's Calle.
Yeah.
There's guy who's most likely to make you look stupid, and that's Nick Robertson.
As in like defensive play, not because he doesn't perform.
No, he's gonna.
You lose him and he's successful.
He's gonna make you look stupid.
Yeah.
And there's David Kampf, who I don't think is gonna get claimed, and if he does, genuinely okay, because he makes money going forward, and that's McDavid's.
What time is it? How long did that take?
That's Connors.
20 minutes? Took 20 minutes to get to
Man, we should've
McDavid
led
to the
with
Leafs.
that.
Yeah. How many people want McDavid on the Leafs?
I know. Better question. How many people believe it's going to happen? That's not bad. Listen, I love hope springs eternal this time of
Any
year.
Oilers fans?
No.
Oh, none showed up tonight.
No Oilers fans. They were afraid.
Wow.
That's because they're scared.
But these Leafs also aren't your daddy's Leafs or your Doobie's Leafs. Like Dubas's Leafs, that was bad. That was a good one, right? Your Doobie's Leafs? Thank you.
You're almost a dad. You're in dad territory there.
I have a dog. I'm a dog dad. So like Dubas's Leafs were always capped to the penny, to the dollar. Every time the season starts, they had no maneuvering. These Leafs are $2 million under, I believe, right now, according to Puckpedia. So there is, if they can find a way to go with maybe less defensemen, there is a way
more than that.
you can keep these guys. If like Kampf goes through, you can probably just healthy scratch Nick Robertson. And this is really just a product of force feeding Cowan to the lineup. Like if you really want him in there, you're really going for this.
Are they making a mistake? Because here's the thing. You guys remember when Sam Lafferty was fired out of a cannon for some pucks last year?
Yeah.
Because Fraser Minton made it?
Yeah.
And then they were like, Fraser.
No, it was a couple years ago.
It was a couple years ago. Fraser, you're not good enough to be here yet. After 9 games, we're going to send you back. It seemed like a waste of Sam Lafferty.
It ended up being 4. He played 4 games.
Right.
Yeah,
the
he
pace
didn't even
of
make
play,
the full game.
It
The
picks
full
up,
8,
right?
yeah.
So I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, this is great for Callan. That's awesome. And he's in there and he's fighting whatever. But if you lose a legitimate NHL player and you're sending Cowan back,
It's not worth it.
it doesn't feel like it's worth it.
Yeah.
And so, I said it on the show, and I don't know what you guys think of this. I do think playing him in NHL action early is a smart call. But does it need to be week 1? Right? Can't it be October 27th?
Yeah.
Can't it be November 5th? And you bring him up and you go, Easton, you are good enough to be here, but we need to see that you can do this sustained. Here's what it looks like to spend 2 weeks in the NHL. Now you've been around the guys, you've sat a little, you've played a little. Go back to the AHL, and we'll talk about it in March.
See, Adam.
Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, but that sounds a lot like the guy you're such a disciple of.
Who's that?
Kyle Dubas.
Kyle Dubas
You're
would not
such a
do that.
disciple of him. No, because at this time of year, you had to be like
Dubasite.
You had to
Dubasite.
have like your visor on, using that machine like in the mask, like doing all your calculations and finances and everything. And you just don't need to do that now. And I think they're looking at it like, we could probably use another goalie.
Yeah.
Let's go get another goalie. So they do that. And I think Easton Cowan is our 12th or 13th best forward. Oh, okay, but because of the waivers, we got to... No. He makes the team. Mm-hmm. That's how they're looking at it
Is
now.
that
the best
good?
players make the team.
Is that a good thing?
I think so.
I think most coaches would
Is that
say
smart
yes.
asset management?
It's irrelevant to Craig Berube, who's trying to win every single game.
Crying over Calle Jarnkrok is another very Dubas thing to do.
Listen.
Is this hair? Is this a wig? Kyle!
I think Berube's job is every night the Leafs play, he's trying to win that game,
Yeah.
and he wants to put the best forwards and the best roster he has. And if he looks at this training camp and he says, Easton Cowan is our 12th best forward, then he's going to keep him on the team.
Okay, guys, I
And
got to ask
who
you.
cares about the salary cap at that point?
Easton Cowan, at what Jesse said, 12th best forward on the team. He's going to play in the 4th line. Are you yay or nay on him playing in October? Yay! Any nays? Any nays? Any? A few nays. Okay, you said
December
around Christmas. Okay, all right. I don't know why specifically that date, but okay.
December 14th, next! You got any hard ones, Adam?
All right. So one other guy that has been interesting has been Ben Danford. Ben Danford is coming to camp, and I thought looked pretty good. Now, they've got a lot of defensemen in front of them, and specifically today at practice, it was Riley Carlo, McCabe Tanev, we already know that, and then it was OEL, Philip Myers. And then Benoit was in the red jersey. He's still recovering. He will be the sixth defenseman. Henry Thrun, who they've been really impressed with, obviously, is going to be sticking around there. Ben Danford, the player. Is Ben Danford a Leaf next year? Has he had a good enough camp where they're like, you know what, we should probably leave some room for that guy?
It's possible, man. He's probably a Marley. Someone just showed it.
Defensemen
Marley.
take a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually better to be sure with that kind of thing, but this is why you play preseason games. I think, has he played all 3? Or no, it was 4 last night.
4, yeah. I think 3 of the 4?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Jeez, it gets late early, eh? In the preseason, like just yesterday, we were like, "There's way too many games," and now I'm like, "Okay, you got to get Reimer into one, and if you're not going to play Danford, then you got to get."
Yeah. No, it's still too many though.
It's too many. But I think he just has a really mature game, and I think Oshawa is like, "Haha, okay, that's enough. Please send him back."
Yep.
There was September in major junior, and in the O. It gets a little lopsided sometimes.
Yeah.
I did yesterday. There was a highlight. A guy makes it 3-0. The shots were 18-1.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Because some of the guys are still in NHL camp, right?
Well, and if you're the Gens, like Callum Ritchie, I assume is in Islanders camp. Beckett Seneca is with the Ducks. Ben Danford's with the Leafs. Help me! So I don't.
Colby Barlow is with the Jets and doing pretty well too.
There
so
you
we'll
go.
see.
He's not going to make this team, but I think he's impressed. He's impressed me. He plays a mature game and he's a nail gun. I love him.
We like that. Okay. All right. Jess, anything else from training camp that everybody in this room needs to know? What do we need to know? What's the vibe?
Hildeby's been awesome. Like I feel like he's gone under the radar as like the third goaltender, right?
How can a 6'7" man go under the radar?
Right, it's really hard for him. And last year, I think in the 5 or 6 games he got into, he wasn't that great, but he's had a really good training camp and he's done great throughout the preseason because they've needed goaltending. Stolarz hasn't got into a preseason game yet.
No, that's weird.
It's been all Hildeby and say it with me in Russian. Akhtamov.
Akhtamov.
There you go. So I don't know. I've loved.
I was like, Reimer? I was really.
You really rolled that R.
No, the Russian one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've loved Hildeby around the guys. He's been learning a lot from Stolarz. I was talking to him because I joked about how Stolarz is so vocal in his net, and he's like, "Yeah, I've been trying to pick up a little of that. I'm not that vocal though."
You got to be confident to be yelling at NHL guys.
Yeah, and that's Stolarz' thing. Like he yells from the net, how to like dictating play and guys to get over this side, and you can hear him if you're on ice level there. So Hildeby, he's really grown this year, and I think he's still young as a goalie prospect,
right?
And he could be a starter in this league for a long time.
Does he look at you and go, "One of me"?
Tall people?
Yeah.
I
know you guys have a club.
We're up here and we just chit chat and we laugh at all the minions down there.
He's an interesting guy because, he had a kind of a nice flash with the Leafs a couple seasons ago when they really needed him. Remember, Sammy was out and Wool wasn't doing well. Like it was like a whole thing. Last year wasn't great, but you look at the size and 6'7". I feel like you got to figure it out at some point.
Yeah, you got to.
Right?
I think the management, Treliving and his team are figuring out a way to use that body.
Okay.
Like they have a good frame, literally a good frame, and a really tall goaltender, and now they're trying to develop it into a starter for the long term. It's been good to see.
So the update on Anthony Stolar's contract. Does this give anybody anxiety? By the way.
Yes.
No.
Just saying update on Anthony Stolarz. I was like, what? What happened?
Well, so Darren Dreger is saying today the Leafs want to do 3 years. Stolarz wants to do 4. If it's 4,
those are similar though.
They're similar. They're close.
Those are close.
And Stolarz is saying I would like to do, if it's a 4-year deal, $4.5 million. You like
There's
that?
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
wrong with that.
Man, I'm like, if that deal's on the table, if I'm the GM and this is why I'm not, I sign that now.
That would be a Steelers.
Boo.
No, boo this man.
Boo this man.
Boo. Also, boo producer Drew. Boo.
I think Jesse's mad too. Drew beat him at golf today, apparently.
Yeah, no, Drew's a better golfer than me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's a good golfer. I'll give him that. Royal Niagara. Is that?
course?
Yeah, there you go.
A couple of Royal Niagara
Yeah,
fanatics
beautiful
here.
golf course. Yeah.
You need to start a Royal Niagara podcast, man. There's some people who are like,
Just chat about the greens. The greens are fantastic today. The grounds crew did a great job.
That's good.
Yeah, you
That's
want to
good.
put everybody to sleep? I can do that.
Anthony Stoller's $4.5 million. If he sticks around, that'd be great. It's obviously got to get done. As Steve said, it gets late early in training camp. If it's not done by opening night, it's not getting done till the season's over. If it crosses that line, are you nervous then? Mike's not nervous.
No.
Well, you're not nervous because you're wearing an Avalanche jersey, sir. I feel like you don't need to be nervous in this scenario.
It's fine, actually. Next. Got any hard ones?
Steve, you said that we saw this with another Toronto athlete. Did you not?
Who was? Oh yeah, Vladdy.
Thank you. Yes. We were talking about that in the studio. I don't know if you remember.
Vladimir, yes.
This happened with Vladdy. There was a hard deadline, start of the season. We're not going to negotiate. And then like a couple weeks later, they came to a deal. Well, I feel like they set those lines. And then if they're like, yeah, we'll come to your number, then it's done.
Remember
I feel
how
like if it's
Sundin
$500
looked?
million, though, you probably pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Like
so-
you make some allowances.
but I'm not.
Roll your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh.
scared about Stallers. You know,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to say.
That was you're so right. Or me, because I apparently said it, but I don't recall. It's because
we were chit chatting.
Yeah, Vladdy at that press conference, he looked so sad, and I can't believe my team doesn't want me. Like he might as well have just got up there and you don't need a translator for. and
And then Ed Rogers went all he went all Daniel Day-Lewis. I've abandoned my child.
I've abandoned my boy. And then they gave him all the money, and now they're in first
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah,
How's that game going tonight?
today.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
right, yeah.
Yeah. Are they losing right now?
So,
Oh, no.
are you worried about Stallers, Steve?
Can I lie?
No.
Oh, but then. Yes, I am worried.
Oh,
Yeah, you are.
I think it'll be totally fine.
Okay.
The numbers you're throwing out there do not scare me at all. I think they'll get it done.
Now I want to do a kind of a zoom out of the rest of the division, guys, because we've been doing our season previews on our SDPN YouTube channel, and the division we have yet to tackle is the Atlantic. We haven't recorded any of those yet.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, Alexander Barkov out for the year.
Panthers tweeted 7 to 9 months. April or
April
May.
or May. Well,
Oh, Jesse's got it.
it won't be the first round. What is it?
No, we're just checking how long the injury's out. So, but like, it's not as rigged as it was in the past. We know they changed the CBA and they changed those rules. So,
Like last year's Panthers could not do what they did. Like they can't do that again.
team couldn't exist in the playoffs at all. Like they were
Right.
like 20 million over what
That's
this
good.
year's playoff team
That
could
makes
be.
me feel better. That's good.
If Barkov is out for the season and then he returns for the playoffs, they're going to have, I think it's $3.8 million to use for him. If he's out for the regular season and for the playoffs, then they can use his full 10. But if he comes back for the playoffs, it's only 3.8. So they can cheat, but not as much. Yes.
Yeah, I think Jack Roslovich is a Panther. By the way, it got to be. And I think I look at this, and the one that nobody's talking about, but CJ's been all over this. Thank God, is Andrei Vasilevsky. Has barely hit the ice in Lightning camp. Has not got into a game. People are like, what? Seriously? Yeah. He came out, he did a media avail, and that is the last anyone's seen of him. And remember, this is a guy that's had back surgery. He had a hip thing. This is a very important part of Tampa. And then I look around the rest of the division. Okay. Boston's not going to be as bad, but I don't think they're that good. Right?
They'll have more points than last year. Playoffs?
Yeah,
Bruins
I think
Francis playoffs.
I would never bet against the Boston Bruins making the playoffs.
I know. The Leafs and Bruins have a terrible rivalry because you're like, they're going to make the playoffs. And I'm like, they might. Like, I should be like, no, they're not. And you stink and my team's better. What? I know they aren't.
Right.
There's no evidence to support my claim.
Ottawa's good. Ottawa looks good. All kind of sits on. Oh yeah, I know. Listen, I know I'm in a Leaf fan room, but they look good.
You can't really cheer for the Sens in this room.
Linus, listen, I was happy when Linus Ullmark said his camp was terrible. About a week ago, Linus Ullmark got in front of the cameras. He's like, I was so terrible today. It was bad. And I was like, wow, that's a great way to kick off camp, man. Great. Thumbs up.
I liked it. I'm not cheering for you.
I loved it. It was fantastic. I think a lot of what they do, though, hinges on him. And I think that's really important, right? If he's coming out and saying that about himself, goaltending is so much between the ears. And if he doesn't have the confidence, great for Leaf fans. Now, Buffalo and Detroit, we're not worried. So I'm looking at this division, and
Buffalo lost James Reimer, which is going to hurt.
He was their only winning goalie last year.
He got them 22 damn points.
There you go. That's
how many did they even finish with?
I think they had 70 something.
That's so many points.
That's like
for them. Like,
Georgiev's a Buffalo Saver.
Georgiev.
Listen, the worst get worser.
Yeah.
What I think is interesting here is
Gavin
that
McKenna's so good.
If things fall their way, people are talking about, I saw on the TSN broadcast the other day, who finishes higher, Ottawa or Toronto? And most of them were like, Ottawa for sure. And listen, I know. That's what I said too. What? I know that the Leafs don't have a specific player who left via not free agency last year.
Holmberg.
No, he left via free agency. Marner left via trade. I think that this team potentially might be underrated. And I think
the Leafs.
And I think the way that the division is going, if Joe Wall gets back or they get solid backup goaltending from James Reimer and Stoller stays healthy, and again, there's ifs in every team. What is to stop this team from winning a division again?
They could do it. The ifs are so sizable in this division.
For everybody.
It might be the biggest one, honestly. Like, Vasilevsky was, I think, the second best goalie in the NHL last year.
Around there, yeah.
And then they got wiped by the Panthers in the first round, though.
Murdered, and now they're without. We're about to find out if Barkov's really the most underrated player in the league. I mean, they still have Lundell. They're an incredibly deep team, but like that is going to hurt. And the Leafs don't have a guy who finished fifth in scoring last year. Like that's the top of the division, 1, 2, 3, right there. At least according to last year's standings, and. I mean...
Noah Dobson's out for Montreal.
Oh, Noah Dobson.
David Reinbacher's out for Montreal. David Reinbacher, stay healthy challenge.
What a cursed start to his career.
Yeah,
like, do we have to record the previews on Monday? Like, I don't freaking know who to put where. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think that this team... listen, the question is always, what are you going to do to replace Marner's 75 assists? I don't think that really should be the question that we're asking. How do we get Austin Matthews past the 50-goal mark is the question we should be asking. How do we get Dakota Joshua back to 17 or 18 goals? How do we get Nicholas Waugh at that point? How do we have a repeat of Bobby McMahon scoring 20? How do we get Max Domi back on track in a role that he was really good in 2 years ago with Bertuzzi and Matthews?
Case in point, look at the fourth line, which was the first line last night, but it's shaped like a line that might actually score. Because they might. The Leafs' fourth line hasn't been that. It's like go out there, dog on a bone, and try to hit everything that moves because you're not all that good at like hockey. So like this, at least by NHL standards. So it's going to be tricky for you. Like when the Leafs signed Pizzetta, I was earnestly like, yep, that's a good fourth liner. He's going to make the team. Because I was thinking about it the way it was constructed before. But I look at what they have now. I'm like, oh, like other teams do that though. Other teams score with all four lines.
Well, we saw it with the Panthers.
Oh, isn't that?
They flipped out an entire fourth line in the Leaf series.
Isn't that? That's so wow. So that they've opened up, like part of how you do that is you've opened up an entire line's worth of offense. Like who was the Leafs' regular fourth line heading into the trade deadline
last year?
Like Reeves, Kampf, Lorentz. And
people were saying Lorentz can't score. I'm like, no kidding, man.
Did they hit 15 goals total? I don't think so.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is Lorentz supposed to score with that? And I look at the way this goes, and I'm like, okay, you don't have to score as much, Jesse. You talk about what Berube's asking. When you're close enough to hear Craig Berube yelling at them.
Yeah.
What things is he yelling at them? What does he want them to do?
The first day of training camp was funny because they weren't moving their feet enough because they just come back from summer. You know, they had a little bit too much chickpea pasta. They need to move their feet. So he was really yelling at them. But like, I find it funny that people would underrate the Leafs this season because if you look at that division, they're either finishing 1 or 2. Like the Florida never always takes off the regular season now. They don't need to win it. Tampa's probably going to be pretty good, so they're going to challenge for the first spot. And then you'd put the Leafs ahead of Ottawa, Montreal, Detroit, Buffalo, everybody else. So like they should be the first or second best team in this division. There's no reason to think they'll take any sort of step back in the regular season.
You don't take too much from any preseason game, but hey, Montreal kind of sucked last night, eh?
No, you can't. It's the preseason.
Now, hold on. We have Habs fans present. I know we've got you. Is there anybody else who's a Habs fan in here? We got 2 Habs fans.
Back, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you guys. Last year was fun, right?
Yeah.
Are you prepared for a world where Montreal doesn't make it this year? You're okay with it?
Wow, immediately.
You've accepted that. Okay. What about yourself, sir? Are you comfortable with a world where Montreal does not make the playoffs? You'll take it.
You'll take it.
You'll take it.
Yeah, one of the Metro teams will probably be better
Yes.
this year, you know? Most likely the Rangers. So Montreal's kind of squeezed out for that spot, possibly.
Last night, I was like, man, they look terrible. And then Demidov does that ridiculous nonsense and gives it right to Line A.
And Steve, the game does not matter. It is it is glorified practice. It's the preseason.
No.
Let's not take too much
They
away
asked
from
Line
that.
about that goal, and he was like, he could not have been less interested. He was like, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And he
like,
scored
you score a goal in a scrimmage. What do you want?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, Steve would take that to work and tell us about it, but I don't think
Steve, how's your beer league been going? aren't you point a game at beer league?
2 for 2, baby.
Can you tell us about both of your secondary assists?
Yeah, one was I was set up for a one-timer, missed the net completely. It went into the corner. A guy threw it on net, and it was tipped in, so I got the secondary.
Big playmaker.
What was your other one?
I intercepted the puck at the blue line and sent it to a teammate who is nasty and beat the goalie.
Hey, okay.
Oh, all right.
That's
all right.
something.
We got a primary in there. Okay. All right.
All right, McDavid.
They call me Saucy Steve.
Yeah.
So Steve Dangle was right there.
Steve David. Yeah.
Hey.
McDavid is actually the next topic.
McDangle.
Now I saw a comment. I saw a comment on the CJ show because CJ said something, and I want to know how this sentence lands to you guys because it hadn't occurred to me, but then I saw the comment and I was like, oh, that hits a little harder than I thought, and it was in a post McDavid Oilers era. And he was talking, right? And he was talking about the fact that if McDavid leaves, the Oilers are still like good, right? I mean, hold on.
Oh, wow.
I think he made a good point. He was like, listen, Leon is still a guy you build a team around. And you got Skinner. Maybe you can upgrade on that. But you got Zach Hyman. You got
$12.5
Nuge.
million in cap space. I don't think they should even make him an offer.
You know what?
Take the cap space.
That's so much space.
I've told this story before, but there was remember in 2015, some of you might be too young, but the Leafs were in the running to have the first overall pick. They ended up with number 4, which ended up to be Mitch. But somebody called into the fan and said, well, if they get McDavid, you know what they ought to do. And the host is like, play him. And he's like, no, they got to trade him. Like, this team sucks. And he's like, the only way to make them better is to trade him and get like 7 guys. And the host, God bless him, I forget who it was a weekend guy. And he was like, who are the 7 people? Do you have any thoughts on that? This guy is clearly irreplaceable. But what CJ was trying to say was, in a post-McDavid world, they're not sunk forever. They could bounce it back. What I'm hearing or what I'm seeing now is really interesting. Because I'm curious often as a media person about how this story's covered. And this summer, Oilers reporters told us not to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be done. One of the guys who I kind of think is one of the better guys, the radio host from Ched, his name is escaping. Stauffer. Yeah, he said deal will be done by August 30th. You watch. Deal wasn't done.
Which year?
Which year? Exactly. And then we get to the first week and everybody's like, it's not a big deal. You should stop worrying about it. Connor McDavid does 2 or 3 different national interviews saying, I know this is a big deal. And that's why I'm sitting in the chair across from you. Here's what I think about it. And then Oilers reporters are like, okay, fine, I'll cover this. CJ has been
Toronto, devil, evil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
CJ's been really interesting because he's like, I don't know that this is getting done anytime soon. What I'm hearing from Sportsnet or from Elliot was like on his podcast is he's like, okay, well, if it does get done, what does the deal look like? He's like, well, it's lower than you think. So now we got Oilers guys today saying it's going to be like $14 million a year.
I don't think so.
Jason Greger was the guy that said that today. And I just wanted
what's Leon's contract?
$14 million a year.
So he'd do a matching Leon deal.
So what they're saying is, well, Connor's first off, he's Jesus. So being Jesus, he understands that you must give to the poor, to the rest. And he knows that if he takes too much money, they won't be able to build a team around him.
Right.
Therefore, Connor McDavid's going to save them $3 million a year. Because that's all it would be, right? 17, 18 million. That's $3 million a year.
Yeah. That's another player, maybe a couple players.
Sure.
That's a couple Nick
That's
Robertsons.
another Mangiapane.
Yeah.
Or Tomasek.
Or Tomasek, for sure.
Yeah.
I am curious to know, how does that land to everybody? Do you believe that Connor McDavid on a 4-year deal would take $14 million just because he's a real good guy?
Why wouldn't,
No.
if that were true, why wouldn't it be done by now?
Yeah, it would be done, right?
Which party is saying, well, I'm not sure. And like, if McDavid is like, here's my number, it's 4 times 14. It's Stan Bowman's job to put the pen through the paper table and the floor beneath him. Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about? If that is true,
I don't know that it is.
McDavid should be. I don't know how many players have actively played with a statue of themselves out front, but they should consider it.
Okay.
I don't think that's true.
You think he'll sign with the Leafs for $9 million? No, that's good. I love being a Leafs fan. Everybody's so hopeful. It's a positive group. Jesse, what do you think about something like that? Do you think Connor McDavid, the giver, is going to do that for the Edmonton Oilers?
No,
or is this a lot of cope?
That is preposterous, I would say. It's ridiculous to think that he would sign that little because it would be done, like you said. And like I'm more interested in the conversations about like what could play out this season if Edmonton's not good. Like, is there a possibility that they're so fearful of losing McDavid for nothing, we get the trade speculations for him? Like, if Edmonton's out of the playoffs come trade deadline, do they consider moving Connor McDavid?
Well, you got to ask the question. I don't think so.
Who could even do that?
Who would have the assets?
Well, you would retain because it's only for half the season, right? And then you have him there and you keep playing.
No. But like, who has the stuff to give?
The cap
You're getting
space,
McDavid.
the
You give up
assets,
everything.
I'll give you every draft pick we have.
Yeah.
Mitch Marner and 2 firsts.
What team is most
you
likely to
imagine?
do that deal?
What team?
What team?
Montreal.
Most likely. Montreal's up there.
Montreal's got the assets.
They have the assets.
Florida.
Montreal definitely be able to send back enough where Edmonton can think like we can be good now and in the future, forever.
San Jose could do that. San Jose's got the young talent to do it.
But I think he'd want to go to someplace he can win that this season,
Yeah,
right?
and Montreal he could.
Yeah.
I mean, if you add a second line center, if you add Connor McDavid to that mix,
Right.
Nick Suzuki is the second line center. That's an unstoppable force, is it not?
Yeah.
If they're healthy.
Do the Rangers look at something like Panarin's a UFA, you send Panarin there plus a bunch of stuff.
There's no way they
And then you bring in Connor to New York.
Why would they trade Panarin to the Oilers if he doesn't resign? He's got to resign.
No, maybe there's a deal with Edmonton that he's signing there for his next deal, right? And then McDavid, you bring him in.
Is this going to be most of the next year of my life?
I think McDavid
That's
to
an
New
interesting
York
thought.
makes sense if you're sending Panarin the other way in that contract.
What about a team that just acquired 2 firsts and 2/3?
What team's that?
That would be the Carolina Hurricanes.
Carolina, somewhere that has the
They have the assets.
They actually
but
have space.
what assets would they be able to send that makes Edmonton happy now?
Every pick ever. Logan Stankoven.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if they have enough roster
Tony
talent.
DeAngelo after they reacquire him for some reason.
Can you do the Kaprizov, McDavid,
Anderson?
Swap-a-doodle?
Well, so that's the interesting part for me. This is good. So we love the trade speculation.
And I'm going to give you one more.
Give it to me. Oh, go.
Eichel. The Eichel trade. Eichel's a free agent at the end. Eichel's a free agent at the end of this year.
Spicy.
You swap your problems. McDavid signs in Vegas. Edmonton signs Eichel.
Oh my God.
I don't know. You guys got to get creative here.
My brain.
Now we're
I have a
cooking with
fat
gas.
head,
We're
but
cooking
my
with
brain's not big
gas.
enough for this, man. That's
You know what's
crazy.
going to be great when all the aggregator accounts are like, Leafs reporter Jesse Blakes, Connor McDavid.
You guys got to play more GM mode. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know,
Vegas, thank you. Vegas has the assets where if Eichel is the main piece in the McDavid deal, all you need to do is fill in the extras around it.
and if he's available, they'll fire anybody into the sun.
And as long as it comes with the contract that Edmonton knows, like, okay, we know McDavid's not staying, but we get Jack Eichel long term, then they have to consider it, else you're going to lose McDavid for nothing. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get my GM hat on
I like
here.
that. I like that a lot. Wow. So I was told by somebody who was pretty well connected that Kaprizov turning down $128 million. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know what that feels like, but it's got to be weird, right? Like if I turned out $100, I'd be like, that was weird. Why did I do that?
Just nah.
Yeah, right? Like,
128.
nah.
Nah.
I'm coming off an injury-plagued season. Nah.
You're so right. If I got $128, you know how many people I would tell about that? If I was just given
Somebody gave me $100. It's crazy.
128. No, I would make sure to say the full number. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. 128 million.
So
Man.
somebody told me that will for sure affect the dressing room. That's going to be a topic of conversation. So, you know, maybe you're sitting down at the team breakfast before a game and like in walks Kirill and some of the guys on the lower lines are looking at each other like, man, what do you think he's thinking right now? Like as he walks in, it's almost like a high school cafeteria. Mm-hmm. Do you think, I don't know, you think getting closer? Have you talked to him? I don't know. You're closer to him than I am. Like those conversations happen. If that's the case in Minnesota, then it has to be the case in Edmonton. That has to be something that affects the dressing room.
And I wonder, somebody who's so tight with McDavid in Leon, where he was at his wedding, they spent a week overseas together, they're like wives are buddies, like those two guys who are so close knit, it must be a little awkward where McDavid's sitting there and being like, yeah, I don't want to commit to staying here with you long term yet.
Right.
You know?
You know, using the Oilers as an example, I think Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier enjoyed each other's company very much. But they eventually split up, and Messier won another cup with the Oilers, and that's why he has an award named after him. It's pretty much that one and the Rangers Cup. The 4 cups he won before that don't matter.
No,
irrelevant. No one cares. It's the
Man, you did that without Wayne? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what that award is.
They're without Wayne cups.
I think that was the point CJ was trying to make, though, is like when the Oilers lost Gretzky, they still had Messier. I think that's what he was trying to say earlier. I do wonder, Jess, does it increase the chances of that team sputtering at the start? And if it and you know, last year, the year before, terrible October, doesn't matter. They're fine. They're in the finals. This year, though, every game sort of seems to matter a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Very curious about that. Now, I need to know this. What would happen to the city of Toronto if he came here? What would happen to Southern Ontario if he came here? Like I remember Tavares. You guys remember Tavares signing here, right? And we got an outsized reaction to that.
He would be the biggest Toronto athlete of all time, right? Like, what's the list? Vince,
Like
Sundin,
Kawhi.
Sundin, Doug
Gilmore. But
Is Joe Carter on there? Or like,
Yeah.
what's
Joe
Joe
Carter for
yeah,
sure.
Gilmore's
Roy
up
Halladay?
there. Halladay, yeah.
I think Joe
But he
Carter.
never won.
Joe Carter's
you
the
know.
biggest recent hero. Him and Kawhi, right? Kawhi
Yeah.
hitting the shot in the second round.
Kawhi's got to be one, I guess, because that comes with the championship next to it, right?
And that elevates it.
And no Leaf ever won, in our modern era. So
Had to bring it up, didn't he?
Thank you.
he didn't, even without just stepping a foot on the ice, he'd probably be the biggest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
How long till Alberta separates? Let's get to the. We would be insufferable.
Yeah, no one from Alberta should listen to this
So
episode.
I wouldn't even blame them.
This is awful.
This is
I'd be
my-
like, you're right.
Yeah.
This is my other twisted and demented thought. You guys saw what happened to John Tavares when he went back to the island after he signed here. You saw what they did to his jersey in the parking lot. You saw what they yelled at him in warm-up, and they were just slamming the boards, and Mike Babcock's like, yeah, we'll put out the backup, for sure. I'm a good coach, really. I feel like the Leafs, in a scenario where McDavid is going back to Edmonton wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, I feel like they'd start Stolarz for that. Right?
No, you'd start Garrett Sparks, obviously.
Garrett, what are you doing these days? Come on back.
Do people know that story? Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Babcock, who apparently has no pulse whatsoever, started Garrett Sparks in John Tavares' return game to Long Island.
The excuse was that it was the second night of a back-to-back, and that was his game to start. So they just went with the guys.
Stubborn and dumb. How about that?
And then we learned that he's very stubborn and dumb and likes taking people's cell phones.
And they got pumped.
What happens to McDavid's legacy in Edmonton?
How about you use Adam Fantilli's cell phone to Google friggin' Garrett Sparks stats there, Mike? Sorry.
What happens to every McDavid Oilers jersey in the parking lot before that game?
Once again, we need to go back to history.
History, please.
We need to go back to history. Now, it's different because he would be leaving as a free agent, and Gretzky didn't do that. He was traded. But Peter Pocklington, the owner of the Oilers at the time, got death threats. He probably still does, honestly. I think he might be dead. But, so that's how you know they mean it.
Oh, the death threats works, everybody. The death threats works.
Life got him.
They got him.
All right.
They meant business.
Comes for us all.
They knew it would happen eventually.
This is dark.
Yeah, we're going to kill you with old age.
What are we doing?
That
Where are we
took a
going
turn.
with this?
No, but all that to say,
That's a lot of all that.
the attention goes to Stan Bowman,
Yeah.
Jeff Jackson, and Daryl Case.
So they don't put it on Connor the way that the Islanders put it on
They
John.
might put a bit on Connor. It depends where
It's
he
Connor's
goes.
choice. What are you talking about?
If he goes to Minnesota, they might be like, our team screwed up. If he goes to Toronto, they'll be like, you son of a gun! No way! We knew it the entire time. And there's going to be so many bumper stickers and large F. McDavid flags.
I actually think you're right, because it's not a far leap to if McDavid leaves and you point to the franchise and you're like, you could have just got him a goaltender and he could have stuck around. You know, like if Bowman gets a competent goaltending for them, like a couple seasons ago, and they win a Stanley Cup and everything's fine, then he's around, or he leaves and they still got the cup.
Really, what
so
it'll
if he
be
leaves,
it'll be a civil war with the fan base.
Yeah, if he leaves, you're like, yeah, because you didn't build a good enough roster around him.
But
so,
you know, the
I agree
Islanders-
with you that it's management's
The
fault.
Islanders, when John left, didn't have a practice facility, played in Brooklyn to empty seats, had a terrible roster. And so
We all thought they were going to be last.
we all thought 100%.
Valtteri Filppula on purpose.
Yeah.
You're finishing last.
And they went to a couple of conference finals.
They did.
And so I think the Islanders management proved to Islanders fans that it wasn't necessarily their fault for JT leaving and it was being roster construction. Because they're like, we did our job. We built a good roster. He chose to leave. Boo him, not us. We went to two conference
They
finals.
got away with it, and then they got a new arena.
If Edmonton is not successful in the playoffs and Connor's tenure ends with no Stanley Cup, then there's a lot to blame on management for not building a good enough roster to keep him around.
I love
he
the
only
drama.
wants 14.
Now we've got some giveaways today. Now I'm going to mention this again. We have that Matthews jersey that Course and Clubhouse is giving away tonight. After the show, go give in your money. 9:00 is when they're going to do the thing. But Jesse set up some trivia because we have some things to give away. Jesse, what are we giving away?
We should do a little Q&A first, right?
You want to do Q&A before the giveaways?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. You're not getting your shit yet. If you have a question, please put up your hand, and I'm going to repeat your question back into the microphone so people at home can hear it. So, sir, you had your hand up first, so I'm going to go with you. Your name is? Sean. Everybody say hi to Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean. All right, Sean, talk to us, buddy.
I have a statement and a question.
Statement and a question.
My statement is I have a buddy from Montreal.
You have a buddy from Montreal.
Steve,
You want to just come up here since you're right there? Just come talk to
him
the
say
mic.
the whole
this
sentence
is easier.
first.
No.
this is easier. Just talking to the mic here. So stand here.
All right, get over here. Yeah.
So you're not in front of the speaker.
All right.
Just talking to the mic. There you go.
I have a buddy from Montreal who's a huge fan of yours, and he's a Habs fan. So he wants to thank you for opening his eyes to the league and for making him care about the Leafs.
Oh.
He actually wanted to say that.
Where's the butt?
Nope, that's it.
No, keep your claps. There's the other shoe's about to drop.
There's smelly dog
There's
farts.
no but. He watches every episode. He's a huge
Nice.
fan.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And my
Tell
other
your friend
question,
I said gosh.
I will. He watches, so he'll see
Thank
this.
you. That's awesome.
My other question's for Jesse.
Okay.
We all know that you are a podcast extraordinaire. We know that you used to be a producer, but we all want to know, when are you going to be a GM again?
Oh, yeah. When are you going to stream, Jeff?
Like in NHL 26. So we have a weird relationship with the NHL games. One, we don't get invited to the EA events like some of these other influencers.
Yeah, no, we
so
don't.
We're not a part of those
I think because
clubs.
we gave them a bad review in 2015.
Yeah, because we were honest about the game. How dare we? And I haven't purchased or played 26 yet. And we were talking about how little we played 25. Yeah, I played 25 a little bit. But Steve, you're saying how like the hours you logged in NHL 25.
Oh, dude, it was like it descended like probably hundreds, if not thousands of hours down to, I think it was like 50, down to NHL 24. I played 7 hours.
Yeah, because you can see in on PlayStation 5 like the amount of times you spend in a video
But
game.
that's children, though, right?
Red Dead Redemption, I'm at 1,500.
Right.
Wow.
So it hasn't stopped you from playing other games. So I think, we've all kind of drifted away from that lately. But we're doing a different thing. We're calling it GM Jesse. It's GM mode in a different way, and it's going to be released throughout the season. So there's something coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did start to play 25 more because Leo is old enough that he wants to watch me play.
Hey.
He likes when I play as the mascot.
And then eventually he's going to want to beat you.
He's going to have to wait.
Oh.
My dad tried against me. You're not getting any free
All right.
wins, kid.
Next question here. I'm going to go with you, sir. You have to come up, though.
Yeah,
I think.
you gotta come up.
Come on
Yeah,
up.
talk to the
Give him a
mic.
round of applause while he walks up. It's awkward standing up in front of a whole bunch of people you don't know.
Yeah.
All right. And you go over to Jesse's side or my side, whatever you
can
want.
Stand here, stand there, and you can use the mic. What's your name?
Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Everybody say hi, Andrew.
Woo!
All right. Well, this is great. So it's kind of like Sean's. It's a bit of a statement and then a question. So first of all, I've been following you guys for a really long time. It's great to actually finally meet you guys in person. You know.
Thank you.
And my mom, her name is Dawn. Loves you guys.
What's up, Don?
Shout out Dawn.
Yeah, it's great. So my question, and please forgive me for this.
Uh-oh.
So I'm not.
Is it Martyr or 1967?
No, actually, it's something completely different.
Okay, give it to us. He's
He's
really nervous about this fucking question.
No,
it's
it's-
making me nervous, man.
because I feel like it's going to interrupt the show. But I got to take the bus. I got to leave early, unfortunately, to get back to university.
Okay.
I go to Brock.
Okay.
And before I do, I just want to ask, can I please have a picture?
Yeah, come on up. Here, come on up.
Take a selfie.
Sure.
Here.
Holy, my heart was racing.
Yeah.
Were you guys not worried? It's like,
Good to meet you. I was going to be like, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I didn't know where you were.
what, live?
yes, I think he's in the files. What's your statement?
Great.
That's a lot.
We've never had someone use their Q&A question for a picture. Yeah.
All right,
All
enjoy.
right, bye.
Enjoy the bus ride.
The bus leaves for 30 minutes. I'm okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, you, sir, with the Austin Matthews assistant captain jersey, a classic.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, from last year. Okay.
Yeah.
You ever, when the adrenaline hits your legs? Holy shit.
Oh,
What I want to know is, what are you hiding that you're so nervous about?
I'm an anxious person. You've met my mom. Oh my God.
Go ahead.
So one of the reasons Florida beat Toronto last year was because they
Cheating.
had such crazy depth. I was making my own lines in GM roster, and I want to hear what you think of this line. It's a young run and gun, all scoring line for the third line. Nyes, Michelli, and Cowan. All young guys, all guys who are fast and can score. What do you think?
let
of
me
that?
back
That
up.
would be a carnival. I would
Who's
love
in
that.
Nyes' spot on the first line?
You can have a Domi and
Domi McMahon. You're trying to recreate Matthews, Janssen, Kapanen,
Right.
which I don't feel like
Or
it.
Bertuzzi, Domi, Matthews?
No, you're going to the Sidney Crosby school of who cares who his wingers are for Austin Matthews.
And I
right?
respect that. I respect that.
He just needs 2 setup guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Adam, you said this the other day about like McDavid's wingers, right?
Well, yo.
or not, sorry, Sidney Crosby's wingers.
Sidney Crosby. Well, listen, I love the 2014 Olympic team. If Sidney Crosby or if Chris Kunitz is not a Pittsburgh Penguin, he's not on Team Canada. And that's not because Chris Kunitz didn't have a great career.
He had an unreal career.
But he was Sidney Crosby's wingman, and Sidney Crosby called the GM of that team, whoever it was at that time, former player X, and said, he's coming. And the guy was like, cool, got it.
Thank you.
And thank you, Sid, for calling me. Goodbye now. I think that's the, Matthews, and this is what frustrates me about the Leafs. It's like, you got to split this talent up a little bit. You're going to pay them like that? They should drive lines like that. And I don't think, I like Nyes and Matthews. I think you need Matthew Nyes with Austin Matthews for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
First thing is Austin. Matthew Nyes creates a lot of space. And he's the first guy in a long time who's done that on the Toronto Maple Leafs regularly. I can remember the guy I grew up loving, my favorite Leaf besides Doug Gilmour, Gary Roberts. That guy, besides being psychotic, was a master at, he was psychotic, he was crazy.
We're prime Gary Roberts age.
Yeah. Gary Roberts could not, when he got injured in Calgary and then I think in Carolina, he couldn't lift his arm above this, what I'm doing right now. He couldn't lift his arm above his shoulder. And he had so much nerve damage. And he fought, missed a season, got back, and turned himself into what he was in Toronto. He was amazing. And what I loved about him was people kind of just went, no thanks. Not really interested. I'd like to play a few more years. And Matthew Nyes can really be that. And I think Austin needs space. He doesn't need much space. He doesn't need much time. When that puck's on his stick, it's gone. But he needs that puck to get there. And I feel like that's important. Now, when you talk about having somebody that passes and sets him up, Matthias Michelli is interesting because he finds lanes that guys can't find. Max Domi has unbelievable vision. The problem with Max Domi is that you're not sure night to night necessarily what you're going to get when he's not in the top 6.
Wild card.
Absolutely. But he's scared. He's also fearless. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. Sorry. And I love that. That for me is like I want 2 guys playing next to Austin Matthews who weren't afraid of anybody. So while I appreciate I call that a carnival line. Nyes, Michelli, and who was it?
Cowan.
Oh, I love that. I don't know who's really playing center on that line. Yeah, just always. Who cares? It doesn't matter. We'll get the puck back.
They just intimidated.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some trivia?
Yeah, let's do some trivia. Go.
Okay, so I have some trivia here. We're going to give away some of these HD Golf prize packs.
Yes.
Yes?
Do we raise our hands? Or
Yeah, so I'm going to ask the question. And then you're going to raise your hand, and we're going to pick, and then you're going to answer. And then you're going to hopefully get it right. What year was the Leafs centennial year? Right there in the back. Yeah, you with the finger now? Yeah. That's correct.
Hey!
Get on up here.
16,
16-17 is the correct answer.
Every once in a while, I see a Ford F-150 driving around with that 2017. They had the 100-year anniversary of the Maple Leafs, and they have a Ford F-150 Maple Leaf truck. And I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Like a whole truck?
It's got a Maple Leaf brand down the side of it on the back. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I would.
Steve, they should give one of those to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they just knew he loved his Mastiff too much.
I do. The jerseys they wore for the alumni game, the Leafs logo with the 100 in it.
So cool.
Why didn't they ever sell those? Why do they hate money? The Leafs make so much, and think of how much more they would make if they sold those 100 jerseys and green St. Pat's jerseys.
Hey, she said it with you.
Welcome to the Resistance.
All right, Jesse.
We should use our press pass for this.
Next up,
Dear
let's
Brad.
do who is the first Leaf to wear number 91? Tavares was the first Leaf to wear 91.
All right. I definitely overthought that one.
I also did.
I was gonna be like, I don't know,
There you
somebody
go.
from Bob Wren. I don't know.
No, it's a fairly easy question. It was a trick.
Lonnie
I guess.
Bahamas. I have no idea.
Steve, do you have anything off the top of your brain, or you want me to read from my list again?
Read from your list, please.
Okay, think about one. We'll go to you next.
Okay.
Okay. Can anybody name the 3 Leaf legends who wore 27? Yeah.
Mahovlich,
Yeah.
Sittler, and John Kordick.
That's not the legend I would go with.
Oh man, you're missing. He did?
Is it Corson?
Well, Corson wore 27.
Yeah, let's go Corson. Yeah. Right here. Yeah, get on up here.
Didn't Boreas Salming wear 21?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
You said
I don't
27.
know why it has 27
No.
there. Yeah.
Well
Jesse,
done, man.
is this AI?
You're up next. You're
Oh
up next.
God. Okay, I think I asked this last year and it tripped everyone up, and I think it's still going to trip everyone up. What number did William Nylander wear in his first NHL game?
A lot of people were here.
With the 2 hands.
Nope.
No.
Also,
Wait, okay,
no,
okay,
no
okay,
yelling
okay.
it
Get your
out.
hand. You can't just yell out the answer. In the back, standing up.
39.
39.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
there
there
you
you
go.
got that. Feel good about that.
You're going to get a Leaf sweater.
I'm so sorry. She had both hands like, this is my time to shine. Sorry, Lou Lamoriello had other ideas. He's like, Willie, take whatever garbage I give you.
We have Leafs hoodies as well. You have one.
Hey.
There you go.
Woo.
Congratulations. Another Q&A question.
Okay, Q&A question. Anybody got a question?
A red shirt way in the back if you want to make your way to the
Yeah,
front.
come on back. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of real estate to cover.
Yeah. No, we got
Can he do it? Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun-dun.
A
All
Dangle
right.
Navy hoodie and everything. Oh, crap people hat.
Yeah. All right.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
What's your name?
I'm Alex.
Alex. Everybody say hello to Alex.
Hello.
Hi, Alex.
Fellow member of Dangle Navy. What's up, Alex?
My question is, what are your top 3 sleeper picks in fantasy outside of like the first, second, third round? Like those later draft picks. What are your top 3?
Oh, for hockey?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, for football.
Well, my team is in first place. I do want to say. Ask me about my fantasy football team. I'm beating Jesse and Drew. Nice to meet you,
You
buddy.
are.
Yeah. So this is interesting. Drew keeps bringing up. Drew was swore by Barrett Hayton last year with Utah. JJ. Yeah, I think
That's a
JJ
good
Petrarca's a
one.
good
Yeah.
one.
Interesting.
That's a good one. Dylan Genther probably is another good one in Utah. Mm-hmm. Who? Zach Benson.
My pick would be Dakota Joshua if we're going with sleepers
Like
in
sleeper
fantasy.
low,
because
right?
in my fantasy league, hits are a stat you got to collect each week. And Dakota Joshua, when he was healthy 2 years ago, was one of the best hit monsters in the league. And I picked him up on waivers like a quarter of the way through, and he was a monster.
Just
for me.
farming points.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna try and bid him in my draft in a couple weeks.
Our
or next
NHL
week.
Fantasy Stars game, Kiefer Sherwood was so ridiculously OP
Yeah, Sherwood was a great one too.
because he led the league
Steve,
in hits
Mike.
by like 100. He led the league in hits by like 100. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
If Joshua could be that.
Because it's the way I chase categories.
Yeah.
Like I like to have a couple guys who are like big in hits and not get like all around players. I want somebody who's like the outliers in those categories.
Can't you throw, like, you're talking about the first 2-3 rounds. Like, wouldn't Nyes fit into that?
Brady Tkachuk would.
Brady Tkachuk always goes for too many dollars in our draft.
Yeah.
Because Brady Tkachuk is the truly outlier in fantasy. Like the way, so I can talk about fantasy all day.
Yeah,
You're
give it
gonna be
to us,
jacked up. So the way I kind of build my team is I want the guys who are the outliers in each category. So I always go for the high dollar guys and then like the low dollar guys. So I want like Austin or a McDavid or one of the
For
top
the
end
goals
guys
and points.
because you're going to have him with 60, 70 goals, and that 70 goals is worth the $60 you're going to bid on him, as opposed to trying to get 2 guys who are trying to fight for 30 goals each. I'd rather pay the extra dollars for the one who's going to get me the 60.
So you're looking for somebody like on the low end who gets a lot of assists, or somebody who gets a lot of, as you said, hits. Like would Luke Shen, who regularly nails people.
Yeah, I don't
Hits
think
a
Luke
lot.
Shen has enough minutes played to rack up and beat those
And
guys. But yes,
his
you're
offense
on,
is 0.
Yeah, and the offense is 0. But like you're along the right line.
Okay.
Give me Pavel Dorofeyev
There's a good one.
in Vegas. I kind of have a feeling Because it's Barbashev right now with Eichel and Marner, but
Yeah.
he had an unreal season last year. He could end up with those two. And, I mean, he's not going to play against a top D pair one game this season if he's not on that line, which could open him up.
Barbashev, too, is a great
I was going to say Barbashev.
Yeah,
I
there
had
you
him
go.
last
Could've
year. He was
just
great.
said
Drew. Yeah.
Oh, Anton
Lundell's a good one.
is a very good pick because
Yeah.
he's probably their, I would assume, number one center because why not? Well, I was going to say keep Bennett on his line, but Kachuk's not there. Dude, they have to like redo the whole thing.
Mackie Samoskevich is going to get a lot of points this
He
year.
is. Yeah. Oh, so why not go with Mackie Samoskevich? There you go.
You could?
Yeah.
Good
You
pick.
could? I
Also,
like
draft one goalie. Don't be one of those people who's drafting multiple goalies. Draft one goalie.
James
It's all you
Harden.
need.
another one.
Yeah, pick up your other goalie on waivers each week.
Other questions. Jesse, you go ahead and pick one.
Bruins jersey. You can yell it. Go ahead.
Has Steve seen Nylander's YouTube channel?
I have not seen Nylander's YouTube channel yet, but I did see one thumbnail of it, and he's in his underwear. So I know it'll definitely be on brand because that man hates clothes.
How long until Nylander passes you in subscribers?
6 days.
Was that a salacious question? I gotta make a
6 days.
No. What is he at right now?
It took me forever to hit 100,000, and then whenever someone gets it in like less than a year, I'm like, happy for you. Glad for you, piece of crap.
Nylander. I'll pull it up right
YouTube.
here.
Are you subscribed to him?
No, not yet. I'm not gonna add.
What does not yet mean?
He's only at 14.4.
Follow-up question, are we friends?
14.4K.
Okay.
With
13, he's got 14,000 subscribers.
Do you know how long it took us to get to 14,000 subscribers? Oh my God.
Years.
It's been like less than 24 hours.
Yeah, crazy.
Almost
Wow.
15K.
Now, here's a question. Serious question. Is it going to be any good?
Adam, how many times do I need to say he's not clothed?
Okay, fair.
Yes.
Fair. All right. Another question. We're going to keep going. Where do you want to go?
Green hat right here. Yeah, that's you.
Come on
Nice
up.
shirt, yeah.
That's a cool hat.
That's
shirt.
a great shirt. Thank you. Yeah.
Who's on the shirt? Or is that just a generic goalie? Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's a generic OVO shirt for
Oh,
my
okay.
friends, but they knew I was a big Leaf fan.
They're sick, man. That's a great
I'm
shirt.
from California, so I'm
Hey.
very excited to be here. I'm glad that my trip in Toronto worked out.
We love California.
Yeah. Here's my question. What are you doing? Sorry.
Actually, we quote that a lot. But my question, I guess, maybe to Adam, but opening it up to all of you guys. If I'm here for 1 month, do you guys have any museum recommendations in Toronto?
Museum recommend. Well, I'm obviously the ROM is like it's huge. I went there with my daughter. I was like, man, the Royal Ontario Museum. I'm like, this seems kind of lame. I don't know if this kid's gonna want to join that. Like for a kid, right? Lame for a kid. They have like a whole bunch of kids things to do there. So thank God. But I was walking through there and I was like, Natalie, that's a rifle from World War I. And she's like, that's great, honey. Like trying to still somehow find me attractive. I don't know how. But
Are you like Ron Swanson when you walk in there?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
One of the tour guides is like, hey, can I help you with anything? And you're just like, I know more than you.
I love that show. It's so good. Yeah, ROM is amazing. You know, we really suck here when it comes to that stuff. You ask people, and listen, I know that we got a lot of St. Catharines people, but when we are in Toronto, when we are in any of the surrounding areas, you ask people about what happened as far as like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, people have no idea. We have no sense of our own history in this country. And we have no sense of our own history locally in the way that, like, Americans, you guys are brilliant at that. You guys are like, look at what we did. And we did it 100%. And sometimes the history's tweaked a little bit to make it look 100% better than maybe it was. But what I respect about that is there's some pride in your nation's history and how you got to where you are. And so I feel like I'm letting you down with this answer. The ROM is good. I don't really know any other museums. There is the art museum. Which one?
Canadian Heritage Plane Museum is pretty
Oh, okay. I've never
Canadian
been there.
Heritage Plane
I've
Museum.
never even heard of that. It's in Hamilton.
At the Steam Whistle, you can go see old trains.
And the Hockey Hall of Fame is a museum.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
100% a museum.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
You need to go to that.
Also, the AGO.
That's fantastic.
You want to see some art? Go to the AGO.
Yeah, AGO's cool. They got a
Yeah.
really cool staircase in there. Yeah. Yeah, so it's great. You know who's got great stuff? If you got time, go to Ottawa. The Canadian War Museum is amazing there.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Yeah, so there you go. Thanks for coming up.
Awesome.
Spend so much time in museums.
You want to do another trivia question?
Yeah, sure, we can do trivia.
All right. Let me just go to this. All right. Which player wore number 10 for the Leafs and it's currently in the rafters? Right here? That's correct. Get on up here.
Yeah.
You got a Leaf sweater.
Original Chief.
That's why I stopped wearing it.
Oh, yeah, because they retired
This is
it.
a
They
t-shirt.
retired it, and I
Grab
started
that
to
one.
feel
That one's a
stupid.
sweater.
And then he died, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is wrong. I got to take this off.
Do you want to do another one, Jess?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Steve, do you have a question?
No.
All right. Let me go to...
What is James Reimer's hometown?
Ooh.
Morweena, Manitoba.
Oh, wow.
That is a fan. That's amazing.
You've earned this t-shirt.
Population 150.
Wow. Good for him. All right.
Okay, so only one player in Maple Leafs history, congratulations, has worn number 58. Can anybody tell me? Yes, it is Michael Bunting. Can you grab that t-shirt right there? That one's yours. Congratulations.
Questions? Or are we doing more?
We can do another question.
Yeah, let's do the
I
Q&A.
got two more trivias.
All right, Jesse, who do we... Oh,
Hands down.
are you? Who are you pointing
Colorado?
to?
Oh, we're doing questions?
Colorado? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was trivia.
I'm
I was
coming
like,
to you
you're
next.
cheating.
I'm coming to you next.
Oh,
Be
sorry,
ready.
sorry.
That's okay,
Did
but
I
I'm
not
coming to
supposed
him.
to pick?
People were pointing to him. They're voting for him.
Which who?
The guy with the Leafs hat there. We're going to go to him next. Oh, by the way, I'm so glad you got that Avs jersey because I really like that jersey.
I made it.
You made that? What, that looks like the...
They never...
I thought that looked like... Wasn't
That's
that the
made up,
reverse
right?
retro
Like-
one?
Yeah, my friend from work, Andrew, and I designed jerseys.
Hold on,
and I made
Drew.
this one.
What's the Avs jersey that looks like that? I like the shitty Winter Classic jersey.
No,
I like that jersey. That's what I thought it was. I like your jersey, sir.
I got fed up with the Stadium series, and that's actually where I got the idea for this one.
Okay.
Because I was like, this just looks like a beer can, but you could do a night sky in the navy blue.
Right.
So I started coming up
Cool,
with...
man. I like
Yeah.
it. Very nice. Very,
Yeah,
very nice.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
And you know what? It's not all black, which is amazing. We got to get away from the all blacks.
Yeah, we made a black one.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I know that you're a big fan of that. So I wanted to see if I could run a cap idea by you guys and see what you thought about it.
Okay, let's go.
Give the Leafs 20 extra mil.
Because a flat cap is kind of bogus, but so there's been a trend since the last lockout where almost half of the winners have been from the bottom half of the low tax teams, and 26 out of 38 of the finalists have been from the lowest half tax teams. And it's been more of them since the cap because like some legacy teams. So my idea was we can't correct everything, but what about some kind of sliding scale for just income tax? So if you do a $100 million cap, Colorado has 4.5%. So it'd be 104.5 million for them. But then like a high tax team might have a little bit more, and a zero income tax team would just be like 100 mil. And you could put a cap on how much it slides up and down because some places are huge, like 30%.
Right. The issue with that is that every away game they play, they get taxed in that jurisdiction based on what the tax is in that jurisdiction. So if I go and play in Nashville, I don't get taxed, even if I'm a Leaf. So that is why NHL taxes are so complicated. But it's funny because Freach said it on his podcast a couple weeks ago. The players are now kicking themselves for not dealing with this issue, and so they're going to take the next 5 years and try to figure it out. Because I think you're on to something there. Something has to be done.
Yeah,
but
if there's a way to cheat, teams will
You should
find
cheat.
it, as will politicians.
Yeah.
So I'm just imagining like locking some guy up and then like with the knowledge of taxes are going down or something like that. Like people are going to start voting based on, we might be able to sign Sam Bennett.
Calgary would love that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Good question, man. Really good. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Now we promised. There you are. Come on up.
Yeah, get up here.
We know you've been waiting.
We were supposed to wrap.
Okay, we'll wrap. We'll wrap after. Sorry,
I'll do 2 trivias and then
all right,
we'll call it a
done.
night.
Sir, what's your name?
My name is Scott.
Everybody say hi, Scott. Woo!
Hi, Scott.
All right, Scott.
I'd just like to bring the older generation's perspective for a moment, if I may. So I'm going to do a quick background, and then I'm going to ask you a question. It's a moral question.
Oh, no. We don't have any.
Okay. Good. So being of an age, certain age, you got, the kids come up and they say, listen, Dad, we got you a Father's Day present. Here's a book. You got to fill it out. It's the story of your life. You got to put something for every year. What happened was important to you.
They gave you homework for your birthday?
Yeah.
Or for Father's Day?
They did. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to say right now, 1967 was the best year they ever in Canada. If you were here, it was the best for a lot of reasons. So I remember the last cup.
Oh.
But then I was filling out a couple other years, and I went 62, 63, 64, and my boy went, oh, the three-peat. I just want to know, having been through all that, does it make me a bad person?
Does it make you a bad person that you saw it all?
That you've got to enjoy 4 things?
You don't know our suffering. You've had enjoyment in your life.
True, you can't relate, can you?
Jubilation.
On the other hand, I do know what you've all been missing.
Oh,
I was going to say, you know what we've been missing since, how
you
old
guys
were you
told
the
me to
last
put
time?
him up here?
For this.
I'm not going to forget Mr. Blues guy, all right? Yeah. She's not wearing a jersey, but I'll remember that face.
Let's look at the contingency, the riffraff back there. The Bruins fan, the Blues fan, the Habs fan.
Terrible.
We see you.
Terrible.
We see you.
Yeah. It's a great question.
No,
man.
and also, can you... I think this is our last one. Can you take this? There you go.
All right, so here's what
and then we have 1 T-shirt left.
Okay, we got a T-shirt left. I'm going to call an audible. We're going to extend the deadline for the jersey because we went a little late to 9:30. Okay, sorry to everybody in the backstop, but we're going to do that. So if you want to put your money in for that for the raffle, you can do that. 9:30 is when we'll be making the draw. Jesse, go ahead.
Last question. Leaf great. Only player ever in Leaf history to wear this number.
Ooh. He
wore it from 2003 to 2009. It is number 80. What is? Oh, your hand went up quick. Yes, it is Nick Antropov. Steve, did you know that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Took me a sec, but yes. I didn't have it as fast as he did.
Yeah, you were way too fast.
I was 12 and that's all I had.
Is he your guy?
It was this guy.
That's all I had.
See, I feel bad for people who are like how old are you, sir?
32.
You're 32. For people who are just a little bit younger than us, because we're like, Gary Roberts,
Joe Newendike,
and Alex McGillney,
and
and people who are like just a few years younger than us are like, Nick Antropov, that was my guy. Who just said John Pohl?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Ponikarovsky. Holy
Man,
cow.
give me a little Hal Gill. I listen, guys. I just want to say we have done this for 3 years in a row, and the reason we've been able to do this for 3 years in a row here at the Course and Clubhouse, kicking off the season, is because you keep showing up. And I just want to say how much we love and appreciate you for doing that.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.